Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Rance IX, the Helvanian Revolution. On the last video, we have fought a battle with the monsters strong against magic, and witnessed how the party has acquired the miraculous hoverfort that we will be using to stage our revolution in Helman. Off-screen, I have done Kanami's level 2 event, which was actually quite nice and fairly romantic, as Kanami confessed her love to Rance. And it was far better than just about every other H scene in the game. Now let us proceed to... let's start with Rance's sword. ... Master Rance is taking a nap. What should I do? Russian was wandering around the hoverfort. Huh? What could that be? I think I heard a voice somewhere. Russian heard a muffled voice and looked for the source. After some searching, she found a long thin object wrapped in cloth. Is this where the voice came from? Confused, Russian slowly unraveled it. Whew, I'm free! Eek! Ah, phew, fresh air. Not that I actually breathed though. ... Russian stared at Chaos with surprise. You're Master Rance's weapon. Oh, it's you, Russian. Thanks a bunch for letting me out of there. You're welcome? Man, I just felt like belting out a song. Then my kindred spirit said I was annoying and I should be tied up. And you know how the Pope lady responded? How? Let's seal it. That bitch. She just seals stuff because it makes you feel good. I know it. Even looked happy when she said it. And Rance doesn't even stop her. Huh. Is that so? Oh, I must be going. Well, hey, hold on a sec, young lady. Listen to your elders. Have a seat right here. Chaos wasn't always a sword. I think either 100 or 1,000 years ago, he used to be an adventurer who fought against the Demon Lord and made a wish to a god to become powerful enough to slay Demon Lords. And the god kindly transformed him into a sword capable of hurting demons. But, you know, not actually the power as he wanted. You should not make any wishes in Rance setting. It always comes with a downside. It's a problem. Alright. Russian listened and sat down. So, you know, I may not look it, but I am one special sword. Yes, I've never seen a talking sword before. None. That's only a tiny part of what I have to offer. Every girl who experiences my godlike technique gets a taste of heaven. I can satisfy the most frigid chick, I'll have you know. Yeah, he is also just about as horny as Rance is, but being really old, he is slightly better at controlling that. Satisfy how? Oh, not picking up what I'm putting down. Well, that's fine. ... Question mark? I've been thinking of this for a while, but she is a bit of an oddball. It's like she can't tell when someone has ill will. She just takes everything she hears at face value. She's emotionally still a child. Then might as well be a puppet that can think for herself. I'll bet she's some aristocrat who got brought up without a care in the world. And now she runs a slave, eh? ... I smell an opportunity. It's like she's asking to be tricked. Hehehehe. Is something the matter? He went quiet. So, you are Rance's slave, young lady? Yes, I am. Interesting. You must have some crazy nights. Huh? No need to hide it. I'm sure he sleeps with you a billion different ways every night. Russian realized what Chaos was saying and blushed. Why not get it on with me? Huh? I'm his partner, so my orders are basically Rance's orders. But... sex? Oh, if you're wondering how that works with a sword, don't worry. Okay, I'm going to pause this and check ahead to see if I need to censor anything. And I'm back. Doesn't look like it. A mass of energy rose from chaos, turned into a hand, and squirmed. Dot dot dot. Russian wildly shook her head. No? Don't want to? Oh well. I'll settle for just touching your crotch, okay? What? Only a tiny, tiny bit. Don't worry, I won't stick anything in there. Just touching, seriously, for one moment. I'm stuck here, and it sucks, you get me? Eh? If you have any pity at all, then please. Dot dot dot. No? Still no? Russian vigorously nodded. No to this, no to that. You're one stubborn young lady. I'm sorry, but... Alright, here. Just panties. Huh? At least show me your panties. You can do that, can't you? But... I'm giving you a lot of leeway, so you at least have to give me that. Come on, it's just some panties. What do you have to lose? If you give me a look, I'll never speak of this again. I can just sit here. Yep. Alright, that's cool. Just one glance, then I'll be satisfied. This'll be the last time I ask anything of you. Russian turned red and panicked, unable to speak. Oh, she's thinking about it. Just one more push. Dot 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 dot. Oh, my kindred spirit. Oh! Whoosh! Wah! Rance chucked Chaos into the skies of Hellman. Goodbye, Chaos. Don't do that! Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Rance, do you understand just how valuable this is? Kanami got off the hoverboard, retrieved Chaos, and came back panting. I don't like it either, but humanity needs this sword. Yep, I'm one of the only ways you can fight the fiends. What do I care? I'm exhausted. Jeez, never to do that again. You didn't have to go get him. Jerk, I was just having a little fun. Shut up, you sickle sword. Anyone that goes after my women gets the most severe punishment. Oh please, I would never lay a finger on someone else's woman. Generally speaking. But I'd at least like the leftovers. You can't spare panties, can't you? I asked her for sex, yes, but it was just a negotiation tactic. You start with unreasonable demands, then gradually bring it down to something realistic. What if Russian said okay? Then I take whatever of it. Wah! Chaos hurtled into the sky. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Stop throwing him! Thanks again. But if someone's gonna carry me, that titty ninja with the Yohoho lab was better. That would be... I think her name was Shizuka? No, Shizuka is the mage. Shizume. She was a ninja in Sengoku Rance and Rance Quest, but she unfortunately died during the events of Rance Quest. Clang! Yeah, scary. That was no reason to bang me against the floor. Hey, Chaos. If you go after my women, I go after Cafe. Egg. Cafe was also one of the adventurers many years ago in a party with the Chaos, and she also became immortal as a result of the wish to a god, which also came with considerable side effects. And Chaos is a bit more of a brotherly figure to her these days. What's she got to do with this? Plenty, but I'd assault her either way. I'd beep her so hard that the emotional scars would last a lifetime. Or maybe I'd hit on her till she falls head over heels for me. If you don't want that, then behave yourself. Lame, lame. I'm so bored. As a Dark Sword, I demand better treatment. Are Master Rance and Chaos actually friends? Hey, Russian. Yes? Listen, you don't have to do anything he says. Actually, don't even bother talking to him. By God! Life is too dry without any girls around. I'll shrivel up and die. Alright, Russian, water him once in a while. I'm not a plant. They do get along, in a way. Yeah, Chaos is a fun character. Alright, with that bit of fun over, let us proceed to the Chancellor and the Warlord, and see what Stessel's up to. In Langbao. 3 years ago. Hellman, somewhere in Langbao. ... Almost a year had passed since Pitten had disappeared and Freak and Hunty were removed from Hellmanian Council. Already able to enter any part of the capital, Stessel was in one particular room. It was a secret room that he found through his own research. He was looking up at a giant iron soldier that stood at over 3 meters tall. Still, you can wake up now. Moments later, the silent armored robot slowly turned towards Stessel. Are you the one who has awakened me from my slumber? Is that the first thing you should say to your master? What? Watch your words. Have you slept for so long that you forgot how to respect your master? I see. I do sense my master in you. Correct. My apologies. I suppose I wasn't fully awake. Master, may I ask one question? During the events of Rance IV, what mostly happened when warlords woke up is that they would go on a rampage continuing to try and kill all of humanity. So it's curious that this one is obeying Stessel. Go on. When the floating city I was assigned to fell, I lost all contact and ceased functioning. I don't know anything that's happened since. What is my current purpose? I don't know or care about your past. What I do know is that you are now my loyal servant. You need only serve me. As you wish, master. I finally got it. An untiring, unstoppable bodyguard. Now I don't need to hide behind Pamela to enact my plans. Nobody can defy me. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. The next day. Langbao, meeting room. Whoa, what? What? Excuse me. I'm late because I received an urgent report. Forgive me, Empress Dowager Pamela. Oh? You look under the weather. Stessel? What is that? Pamela stammered and pointed behind Stessel. Dot dot dot. Oh, did I scare you? My apologies. This is a warlord, a relic from the Holy Magic sect. I happened to find one. Don't worry, I enchanted him with absolute obedience magic, so he won't attack anyone unless I tell him to. I'm planning to make Warlord Bastet here my personal bodyguard. He's more reliable than a human, and he doesn't demand any pay, so it is what's best for Hellman. Please permit me this, Empress Dowager Pamela. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot. After getting past her shock, Pamela let out a sigh. Very well. Do as you will. You have my deepest gratitude. Yes, I didn't know what to think at first, but it's wonderful that you have perfect security, Stessel. Of course, and you even thought of our national budget. Magnificent, really. It really stands out at that size. Everyone will learn about it soon enough. With your invincible bodyguard, nobody should defy the Hellmanian Council. Now, let's begin. Apologies for taking up your time with personal business. Oh, then let's start with the budget report. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Add more dots. Later. Langbao, hallway. Chancellor Stessel, I was looking for you. What are you yelling for? I have an urgent report. What? It's about the remnants of a dead nation who are seeking vengeance against Hellman. Meaning you. Prepare to die, Stessel. Gwa. Bastet barely moved from behind Stessel, stopping the squad leader that attacked Stessel by piercing his steel hand into his chest. Boring. Heh. You got me. You may be immune to physical attacks, but warlords are weak to magic. Now! Get wrecked, relic of the past. That is quite a design on this mage and his sea staff. How do you see, dude? A magic trooper suddenly ran out from behind cover and unleashed a spell on Bastet. Fire laser! The beam of magic flew straight at Bastet, and before it made contact, it disappeared. What? Why? Magic should work. Would feel safe around a bodyguard with a weakness. When Bastet awakened, I gave him a stone that nullifies magic. There is only one of them in the world. My bodyguard has no weaknesses. He is literally invincible. Ugh. The magic trooper had long since been killed by Bastet's stab in the chest, so he was unable to respond. Strip the criminals of their armor. Bastet easily ripped off an assassin's head and removed his helmet. He is from the Third Army, I believe, a heroic man whom I never wanted to get rid of. I suppose she managed to provoke him. You won't be able to deliver a report, but this should send a message to your general. Know that my bodyguard has no weaknesses. Thank you for delivering my message. Let's go, Bastet. Yes, master. The dark hallway was left with only corpses and a puddle of blood. ... Present day. Langbao's inner sanctum was supposed to be off limits to anyone outside the imperial family. But Stessel had made it his home. Of course, this belittled the imperial family, and many disapproved. Yet he remained in the inner sanctum, telling all that there was nowhere in Hellman he couldn't go. ... Stessel looked over a subordinate's report and tossed it onto his desk with disgust. Curse you, Pitten. You should have accepted your failure and kept hiding away in some remote corner of the world. Hellman is mine. It's an important stepping stone toward my domination of the entire world. I will never hand it over to anyone. Pitten died in Liases. He was killed by a fiend and burned to ashes. I must make that truth. No one can know otherwise. Master, why do you hesitate? Bastet? You need only give me the order. I can easily take care of him. I'll crush this man personally. I'm sure you could, yes. Then... But no. There are people waiting for the moment you leave my side. As such, I can't allow you to go off somewhere else. Then I can crush all the people you suspect as well. Heh, I can't just dispose of all of them. Not while they're still useful, at least. They can be thrown out after I squeeze them for all they're worth. If I could fully control the country by myself, then I would agree with you. But you need workers if you want to run a nation. Labor is important, Bastet. I was born a fighter, I lived my life on the battlefield, and my slumber began in the middle of a war. Fighting is all I know. You are the only one I can trust. Provide me perfect security. I'm depending on you, Bastet. Understood. I'll have Pitten assassinated. I've been setting assassins after him for ages. No matter where in the world he is, he will always be a target. The biggest obstacle was always the black hair color. But she is currently defending a body double. This is the ultimate chance to kill the real Pitten. He will be dealt with in secret, so nobody ever knows. Interesting that he actually knows that the Pitten in the other city is a body double and that the real Pitten is in the Outlaws, I guess. Nobody may know that Pitten is alive. They have to believe he's been dead for years. they must. Alright. Stessel is definitely building himself up as a more and more interesting villain with bigger plans and cool methods. But let us proceed to the lake is a hiding place. ... Master Rance! Master Rance! Wake up! Russian shook Rance awake. Wah! What? Are we there yet? Wait, where are we? Oh, finally awake? This is the lake near the campsite. Now, let's get off this thing. Oh, Captain Rance! Long day today? Hey, merci. Just got back. Oh crap! I forgot to watch your jaw drop when you saw the harbor fort. My jaw didn't drop. You were damn surprised though. Uh-huh. That was the reaction to remember. Please forget all about that. Whoa, now I'm curious. I really was startled though. I wondered what the secret weapon was, but I never expected something like this. Oh, where should we leave it? Something this enormous is going to stand out. Nothing to worry about there. We can leave it in the lake. I guess that would hide it, but won't it break? It's built to survive in that environment, of course. Is that why our campsites are as close to lakes as possible? Well, watch. No. Frick raised his hand toward the harbor fort. Splash. Splish! Oh, I saw that the harbor fort has disappeared in the background. Yeah, we can see it. Okay, I cannot hide the graphic here, but the harbor fort is visible in the background. And now it's gone. Ooh, it's sinking. Ho ho ho! There you have it. The holy magic tech is something else. You spending a night in the lake with it, old man? I'd rather not. I'll stay in the tents with everyone else. Won't you have to go in the lake to start it up, though? No. As you just saw, I can move the hoverfort with my mind as long as I'm near it. Oh, how convenient. Anyway, dinner is ready, everyone. Please fill your stomachs. Ooh, appreciate it. Yeah, I'm bushed after today. Feel like I can eat more than usual. You did eat a face full of lightning today, yeah. Don't remind me. Lightning? Alright, that was pretty quick. So we have the Dark Wings, Defensive Barrier, Evaluating Sparkles, and Nagi's Attack. Nagi is the Shizuka's sister who keeps hunting her after the events of Rance IX. I think we can leave battle for tomorrow's episode, so let's start with Evaluating Sparkles. Let's see what Pitten is up to. At night, Rance was groaning and walking around the camp. Crook? Yes? What is it? I'm thinking Sparkles is no good. When I got back, the support team girls were all squealing and swarming around him. Yes, he is a very popular man. He's dangerous. Dangerous and infuriating. I was gonna kill him eventually, but there is no time to waste. Let's do this. I don't know what, but okay. Rance and Crook arrived behind Pitten's stand near the outer edge of the camp. He doesn't have a clue. Just sleeping like a baby. What are we doing? Burning it. Understood. Crook, prepare the fire. I like how Crook is completely unfazed by Rance's desire to burn Pitten alive. What a woman. Okay. Crook got to work lighting a fire. Hehehe, you'll be dead in no time. You'll go straight to heaven before you know what hit you. Huh? A fire started, but it's not burning the tent very well. This looks fun. Can I help? Sure, do that. We need to turn this fire up. Add stuff that'll make it burn more. Got it. Roger that. Pitten, can you hand me that firewood, please? There you are. Crook and Pitten added more and more wood to the fire. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is great. I love it. The flames rapidly spread over the tent. Looking good. Alright, add more firewood. Leave it to me. Fire. Bright. Isn't it nice? Isn't it exhilarating? I love fire. I'll stick some in too. Eat wood, fire. The flames burn stronger. At least everyone is having fun. Now the shiny joke's out of the picture. The three of them strive to throw all the wood they could on Pitten's tent. We all say fire from the stove spread to the tent. Sparkles inhaled smoke in his sleep and died peacefully. By the time he is found, he should be so messed up you can't even tell who he is. I see. That way it would look like an accident, so the culprit would remain unknown. The best method for disposing of nuisance. Oh, now that you mention it, yeah. The perfect crime, as only I could commit. I'm loving this event. This is easily the best event so far. Sparkles, you're a pretty smart guy. That's a good point. It was nothing. What? What's wrong? What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing? What? I was trying to learn something about making an unwanted person disappear. What the hell are you thinking? I was curious how far you'd go, but I didn't think you'd actually set my tent on fire. I was too naive. Are you stupid? I get that a lot. Forget it. Let's go, Crook. Okay. Rance returned to the magic house, feeling something between appalled and enraged. I saw that. Well, he's willing to go pretty far, right? Even you have to be surprised, General. Seriously. He is something else. I see why you made him the leader. Everyone is really nonplussed about Rance's attempted murder, including the guy who was being murdered. Do you have to do this? I heard what happened. Thankfully you failed yesterday, but... What happens if it works next time? Yeah! Ah! Ow! Ow! Rance yanked on Russian's hair. Russian, what do you think about him? Pitten? Who else? Be honest. Well, he's handsome, and maybe popular with women, I think. And what do you think about that? I'm sorry, I don't really know what to say here. Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you what I think then. He's a con artist and a show-off. I'm the real man around here. Asking a slave's a waste of time. Maybe I'll ask someone else. Huh? What do I think about Pitten? Yeah. I would have to think about that. I mean, he's good looking, I guess. No, and pretty nice too. But what? Right now, you're the only man I can think about, I guess. I wonder if this is actually different because I did an event with Kadami, or if this was, if this is always how it is. Oh. I see, I see. Good girl, Kadami. Yeah, we are in love after all. Makes sense. Rance patted Kadami on the head. Huh? What do I think about Pitten? Yeah. He's sparkly. I don't mean his armor. Who is a better man, me or him? Pathetic. He's a gentleman. You are a child. There is no comparison. Ooh, Maria, perfect timing. Huh? Hey, what do you think about sparkles? Is that what you're calling Pitten? Oh, let me think. Oh yeah, he is shiny. Never mind. Asking you was a dumb idea. Wow, what's that supposed to mean? Pitten? Like I said before, he can be real passionate sometimes. I'm sure you'll learn to like him. Which of us is more handsome? Huh? That's what you wanna know? Well, hell, I'd say Pitten is a lot more handsome. Toe! Whoa! Rance slashed, but Pitten narrowly dodged. Hey now, what was that all about? Remember this, he's not good looking at all. I look way better. Next time you say he's handsome, or something just as insane, I'm going home. Alright, I get it. Put your sword away. Oh. I think it's fine though. It's different from Pitten, but you've got your own kind of cool going on. Your valet would get any man's respect. I don't want men to like me. Should have known. I asked a few other people's opinions and came to my conclusion. The guy has to die. But... shut up. Dot. After what happened yesterday, he's probably on alert. Guess I should watch for a chance. Rance hid behind cover and secretly pursued Pitten. Let's not do this. It's wrong. You shouldn't. God, you're annoying. Stay out of the way. Huh? Something's weird. You know, he looks kinda indifferent around women. Could it be? Rance left his cover and approached Pitten. Huh? Really? Yes, when you see it with your own eyes, the difference is clear. You sure know a lot, Pitten. It's all useless trivia, really. Ooh, I'll go check right away. Wonderful. It's best to see things yourself. Okay, see you later. ... When Maitreya left, Rance appeared in his place. Captain, do you need something? Answer my question. I will, if I can. My big brain cells hit on something. You like young boys, right? Young boys? Oh, you mean Maitreya? I do find young boys easier to open up to, I guess. Do you like them, or not? I like them. Just having them around cleanses the heart. I'm surprised you picked that up. Uh-huh. I kinda got that idea from watching you. Interesting, though. So you are... I see. Captain? So that's what you're into. Rance patted Pitten's shoulder. Good. You're alright. I'm alright? How exactly? Huh? What's this? You guys buddies now? Did you fight it out while I wasn't looking, or what? Fight it out? Like I would do that. Yeah? I can see you punching that handsome face of his. Handsome? Ah, crap. Sure, he is handsome. Hey, Pitten, say it again. What? Yeah, well, he's got a good face. At least he has that going for him. Too bad he isn't using it. Delightful. Seriously, what happened? It sounded like you wanted to kill him earlier, from what you were saying. You fool. Nobody can speak ill of my boy Pitten. ... Your boy Pitten? Nice working with you, Pitten, my friend. Right, but you don't have to act that friendly. Keep calling me Sparkles, I don't mind. Yeah? I'll do that, Sparkles. I'm glad that's settled. Just what in the hell happened? He just barely got away with his life, that's what. Rance left in a good mood. What the hell? He probably got the wrong impression about something. Oh, I see. Well, that's it. Oh, what? He saw me talking to Maitreya, so he seems to think I'm into young boys. Huh? Into young boys? Like... Wait. Oh, like that? Whoa, that's a crazy misunderstanding. Oh, you don't need to clear it up. If it keeps him from trying to assassinate me, I don't mind. Like, honestly, if Rance didn't think that, I doubt he'd ever get along with Pitten. But if he spreads false info, won't that be an issue? Not especially. If it causes any problems, I can think of something. Pitten Pitten's kind of weird in his own way. That was fun. Real work of art. Eh, Russian? What? You don't know what that was about? No? He loves little boys. He did say that, yes. And it looked like he got along well with Maitreya. No, that's not what I mean. I mean in the way that men love women. Huh? Huh? Finally get it. That makes him a gay pedo. Ew. Barf! His face isn't bad, but he's not even taking advantage of it. I swear some people are so dumb. Pitten's an interesting guy. Right. I guess this is okay. Hours later, everyone was gathered at the lake containing the Haverford. We got the Haverford. Now to go after the general. Nero. Right, him. We're off to murder him. This'll be our first fight with the army while their defenses are up. It might be different from what we are used to, but I'm here, so victory is guaranteed. We'll move out in 30 minutes. Make sure you're 100% prepared. The Haverford can leave at a moment's notice. Can I ask that everyone board when they're ready? The Revolutionary Army now has bases in both Slabbery and Sudari 13. We are finally kicking things into high gear. Let's get pumped and do this thing. That reminds me, I've always wanted to ask you something. Are you really a prince? What? Hey, for real? You're asking this late in the game? I don't have any proof on me at the moment. You'll just have to see how hard the Revolutionary Army is working, and trust me. If you weren't heading a revolution, there'd be zero signs you're a prince. I assure you, he is the Prince of Helmet. But he's really an ex-prince. I don't find you especially princely. I don't find you especially princely either. Oh, wait, no, I don't mean that. Ugh. When you think princess, you think clean and orderly, blonde hair or a nice smile. They should have at least one of those things. Ugh. Sorry, but I was shocked when I got here too. It's hard to believe you're the Prince of Helmet. Hey, wait, I told you my true identity in Parancho. Who do you think I was? I just assumed you had some incredible delusions. Everyone's a critic. The way you carry yourself also brings your identity into question. Don't hit me where it hurts, man. I know that painfully well. Hugh, you're laughing too much. Do you have any interest in getting some class? Obviously. I'd get some right away if I could. Short of dying and being reborn, I don't think that's happening. Are you just screwing with me? Yes. What? Come on, man. Enough of this pointless conversation. Let's go kill Nero. Sounds good to me. Okay, so we have 3 events to go, and this was by far my favorite event in the entire game. I am now loving the Rance's dynamic with... Honestly, the entire team's dynamic is pretty great. But this will be it for today's episode, and thank you for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow, and have a good day. Goodbye.